everybody, it's LE Diecast. We're going to take a look at these Star Wars cars. A little bit closer look. I put out a video probably yesterday or the day before that we had more fun with, and that's just because I get bored and I like to do stuff like that. It entertains me. But I know for some of the real collectors, they want to see the cars. They don't want writing and characters, and they don't want any of this funny business stuff. They're serious about their collecting, and I can't even say that without laughing. But I like my cars too, and sometimes I just want to see them. I don't want some guy screwing around telling a story. So we'll take a look at them real quick. Again, these are at Walmart, or at least I found mine at Walmart. I don't think they're a Walmart exclusive, but Walmart's the only place I've heard of that has them so far. I expect you're going to see them at the Kmarts and the Targets here real soon. And they're not part of any particular line, but I think these kind of fall into the same category as like the Muppet series that came out last year, or the SpongeBob SquarePants, where they're just kind of a specialized series that Hot Wheels puts out based off of licensing. So that license gets kind of their own line. As far as I know, these are all first castings, probably first and last castings. And so they're a little bit more expensive because you got to make all that stuff. And, you know, when they're one-offs, they just cost more. So we'll take a look at each one. Zoom in a little bit more. You can take a look at these. Yeah, I'll get them focused for you. So plastic wheels on all of them. These are wide enough to go down a track, although you're pushing it on some. This is the Luke Skywalker car. And show you the back on this one. All of them show the other 4 cars in the series, so each back is a little different. It also tells you a little story, a little fun story about the car. This is Luke Skywalker's kind of X-Wing fighter coloration there. So, ready to go fight the Death Star. Next up, we've got Yoda. Yoda's into the fuel-efficient cars, as you would expect. And he's got kind of little ears and a little robe-type action going on there. Again, plastic wheels, 5-spoke solid wheels there. Zoom out a little bit more. And the back on Yoda. Again, it's just always the other 4 cars. There's 5 cars in this series. I don't know if I mentioned it. These are probably going to cost you between $3 and $4. Probably closer to the $4 side. At Walmart, they're about $3.50. So they're going to cost you more at other places. Yeah, you know, I don't really mind that price if it's something that is fun. It's a little more than I usually pay. This is R2-D2. R2-D2 is kind of interesting because his dome is see-through, and the seat is in there with the steering wheel. And I'm going to get a bunch of glare here, but that's where you sit to drive this little hot rod. There you go. Yeah, and the card art. The one thing I will say on these, I was talking or posting to Ghost Jerker on the last video. The designs on these are real literal. And what I mean by literal, this is Chewbacca, is if I zoom in here on Chewbacca, on the back he's got a Millennium Falcon kind of hitch type thing, a crossbow, which is his weapon of choice, and kind of his belt bandolier, all kind of worked into the decoration. So they look a little goofy. We would, in video game design, we'd call it literal. It's just kind of like take all the things that you know of from that character and jam them in there somewhere. It's not really what I like. I like more creative stuff, like just crazy stuff. I'd really probably rather like these more a little bit if they were existing models with just tampos on them, kind of like what we see with the retros, but maybe on the plastic side or something like that. They just get a little bit too literal. That seems to be the case with these copyrighted series You know, again, with Yoda, you got a lightsaber for the door handle there. So I'm not sure, you know, design-wise, it's kind of eh. I run design classes at a art college, digital design, and we probably wouldn't really allow that. It's not great design, but when you're doing kids' toys, I guess it's fine. Here's Darth Vader, the last one. There is Darth. Now, Darth's car, they did make a real car of this. Andrew was very excited to get this one because he saw the real car at the latest LA Hot Wheels convention. So they had a life-size version of this car, which was very cool looking. This is also the kind of the only one in the series that really looks like a Hot Wheels car to me. I could see this one maybe being in the main lines, where the others are a bit of a stretch, I think. So, again, oh, I didn't show you the backs on the last couple. There's Darth Vader's car, his little story. Here's Yoda's little story. And here's Chewbacca's little story. There you go. So, that'll do it for this. Just a quick update on those Star Wars cars. I was lucky enough to find all of them. I think if you're interested, you're going to find all of them. I have a feeling once the local scalpers go through the first run, you're going to see these. Hot Wheels is going to make sure they flood the stores with these. They're not going to go quickly. So, that'll do it for this video. Thanks again for watching. Subscribe, like, comment, share, whatever. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. To start out with, though, the mystery car segment has become very popular, and I've got another mystery car. You guys are so good about figuring out what these are, and you figure it out so fast that I figured, well, you can help me with this one too. I picked it up at the last car show, and it was clearly explained to me what this car was.